So, who's who? I had a great time. I don't know about y'all.
Mad love.
Yeah, it was mad love in there. Shout out to everybody that came out and supported $3-4 out there.
Definitely.
Did the live pod as well. That was a success.
You struggled there.
Yeah, you know what? It's.
I mean, let's be honest. It's a rough morning.
Afternoon.
Yeah.
Is it really?
I'm just tired, honestly. That's
Tired.
it. I was out later than I thought, but yeah. Shout out to 47 Slick, all them for allowing us to be there and all that. But it was a great event, great people. Sean Rosewood was there, Javi, all them. Great to see them. Will as well. Yeah, Chale Clothing, Black Skinhead. It's Will's brand. First impression.
Yeah. Allison Victoria.
Yeah, she killed that. She killed her performance for sure.
As always.
Yeah, that was dope. So
who was the other guy that was performing? He was last to perform.
Is that Zulu?
Kari.
Who?
That's a different guy.
Okay, Zulu might be the second dude that performed.
Kari, I believe is how you pronounce his name.
Okay.
I'm not sure, but he's from here. He does great work. He does great work.
Really
okay.
For real. Shout out to him. And apologize if I pronounced the name wrong, but it's love for sure.
Yeah. So great time, great venue too.
Yeah.
Two Factory Art Space. Yeah, great venue.
Yeah.
I see a lot more shindigs in that spot.
Yeah, definitely. It's got a nice outside seating area. It's got the foosball, ping pong outside,
games,
like
Jenga, golf, and
Did you guys go into the little room that had the projector in there?
Nah,
And there was a video of past who's like dancing and stuff.
Nah.
That was pretty cool. It had the room had a whole bunch of bean bags in it too.
So that was another vibe.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
That's dope. And then downstairs they had some little art gallery. They had some works, I guess is what you call them, downstairs.
Art pieces?
Sure.
Some works.
Sure, but yeah, check them out if you can. I think it's just a regular art gallery, right?
Yeah, it's an art gallery vibe type shit.
Yeah, so definitely check them out. But yeah, great time. Shout out to Who's Who.
Shout out to everybody that supported, retweeted, or posted videos, posted pictures, and everything.
Somebody gassed me on the what page was that? I think it was the Who's Who's page.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
What they say?
Like
go get your shit off, man.
I'm dead because Meg, shout out to Meg Gifford, that's her name on Instagram or whatever, but she had posted a video of us when we were up there talking. And then Who's Who retweeted it and was like, Brytnie, stay with the heat or whatever, because they was talking about my shoes. I'm like, oh, y'all trying to gas me, but I feel it. Thank you. Shout out to y'all.
Yeah, you love that, huh?
But yeah, it was fun for sure.
Man, that was dope. And that was technically our second showcase of some sort. First was Munchies and Mimosa. Shout out to those homies too up in Denver.
Yeah.
And this
they doing big things up there.
Yeah,
that last one looked stupid.
The last one did look crazy. But yeah. It's our second little live joint, second little showcase. We love it.
More to come, man. More to come. We getting better.
We got some things that we're planning. So,
Yeah. Bigger and better.
Right.
Be on the lookout. Listening to $3-4.
$3-4
podcast.
We cannot hit 60 for 60.
Hey.
Come on, man. We can't have these conversations without bias.
I mean, that's just real. I
wasn't being biased. Bias is oozing out of your shirt.
I told you Ye was not good.
Why did it change from the listening party to whatever came out?
Pusha T even said
That doesn't even make sense.
What about it?
He gets locked up in the
Kyrie even
playoffs.
play in the playoffs? He's always hurt.
That's an NBA champion, bro. $3-4 podcast. Welcome. Post Who's Who. You're here, usual suspects, of course. To my left, blogger extraordinaire, writer, and a whole bunch of other things. And Brytnie Devon. To my right, respect the shooter, Raval Lavar.
I like this little hashtag.
I bet you do, motherfucker.
I like it. I'm going to run with it, too.
Hey, please do, man. Respect the shooter. Respect the shooter. And, of course,
update my bio right now.
Right, go ahead and update it. And, of course, I'm your host, Gobe. Got some music to touch on. Also going to touch on the Travis documentary as well. Was it a doc?
Yeah.
It was a doc.
It was a doc.
Okay. All right.
I mean, Essentially, yeah.
It wasn't. It wasn't like the interview box type style, like when they just get a close up. Oh, this moment was crazy. It wasn't like that. It was just like more
A
of
whole
like
bunch of clips
to put together.
Got you.
Astro World, beginning processes all the way up to what was the last thing? Probably like the last performance at the Rocket Stadium.
Yeah, they went through the whole Grammys thing, Super
They went
Bowl,
through everything.
birth of his daughter, or whole nine.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll get to that.
Yeah.
So, we did want to start with our first album. Justine Skye dropped an EP on Friday. Bless her heart. She is a gorgeous, gorgeous human being. Does she do anything else? So she models, sings. What else? That's it? She act? She doesn't act?
No.
Okay. All right. But it's called Bear With Me. And she is for sure Bear on her album cover. So I see what she did there. I appreciate it. 6 songs. A little light EP. You want me to go ahead and start, or?
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Okay.
I mean, you done talked her all the way up.
All right, relax, man. So I thought it was a cool EP. I liked about 3 out of the 6, but the 3 I liked them a lot. So I liked Secrets. I liked When You're Ready, and I liked Maybe. Fave was cool too, I guess. So maybe 4. But very smooth. I didn't know she had that voice. This is like my first time actually like sitting down and listening to her, like seriously. So I was impressed. I didn't know she had that vocal range. I didn't know she, was in her creative bag like that. It seemed like she didn't take the usual R&B approach, which I appreciate. But yeah, I liked it.
I would encourage you to go listen to Emotionally Unavailable. Then.
Okay, that name doesn't sound inviting at all, but I'm going to go ahead and download it right now.
That was my first introduction to Justine Skye, and that's when I knew that she could blow, and she was really, really talented. I haven't had that feeling since Emotionally Unavailable, which came out in 2015. Every other project has been for me. I'm not moved by any of them, to be honest. So that's kind of disappointing. Fave was my favorite. favorite, ironic. My favorite track from this project. Secrets was cool. I think I liked When You're Ready. But that's about it for me. Nothing else really stood out. I probably won't play it again, to be honest. So yeah, but Emotionally Unavailable. Listen to that. That's the project. Personally, in my opinion.
This is my turn.
Yep, go ahead.
Yeah, this album wasn't good, man.
Of course it
It
was.
just wasn't good, man.
Of course it was. She was singing.
I like Bulletproof, and I like When You're Ready. The album started at number 3. I don't know what number 1 and 2 was.
Nah, Secrets was good, bro.
No, I mean you can have it and feel free.
We all have it in our phones. So.
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Okay.
Bulletproof was good though, and I did like When You're Ready, but the rest of it you can keep it. This wasn't good. I don't know. I mean,
why though? Like,
is she a singer? Does she sing? Because the singing is not good.
Yeah,
what?
She's a singer. I don't know. I'm gonna be honest, like I said, Emotionally Unavailable. She was blowing. She was doing her thing. After that, every other project, I don't know what she's been doing. I don't know if she's trying to be more creative.
Yeah, and I can tell from 1 and 2, like
or
it was
what,
different.
but it's not there, sweetie. Like,
yeah,
you don't respect that though?
No. Like 1 and 2 were not your traditional R&B sound, right? And I was like, okay, she's trying different sounds and stuff, okay? And then we got to 3, I was like, okay, this is more of an R&B record that I'm used to, that I can digest, excuse me. But, and then it went to 4, I was like, okay. And then 5 was better to me. And then I was like, okay, but collectively, this is not good. And I remember when 8 Ounces came out, and I was checking that out. I was like, okay, because Brytnie was, hyping her up. Justine Skye's hard. And 8 Ounces came out. I was like, okay, I'm going to run it. 8 Ounces was horrible. And then
I
Brytnie
didn't
was
like
like,
that either.
Brytnie was like, oh, yeah, you need to go back. And I was like, okay, I see what you're doing now. But then everything, like she said, literally, like exactly what Britt said, everything after emotionally unavailable was horrible.
I think that's a little harsh.
I mean, that's just me.
Because I don't think any of these songs were horrible.
You asked me what my opinion, bro.
I mean, I don't understand. So how are they horrible? Because
They're
that
not
means it was
good.
just
I mean,
a
they
complete
just-
miss.
they
Like
I
it
don't,
just
and I don't like her singing.
was
on
it
the show either.
mediocre or was it horrible?
I don't.
Because she's not singing bad on here.
I didn't like the singing, bro. She could. There's other artists that sing better than her.
What we're talking about
And Summer
Justine
Walker
though. We're talking about Justine
for that
though.
matter too. To go back one,
See, I'm not putting these queens against each other, man.
you
but-
don't got to because they were both horrible.
all right.
From the last projects they put out. I mean, I've heard way better singing.
I don't get why are you saying the Summer Walker song is horrible. Like I
Her
still don't
singing-
get that.
The song was good, but her singing on that song was not good.
See, I don't know, because she sounded like she did on any other track to me.
Right.
Oh, okay. Maybe none of them memorable.
You telling me when that went off of Who's Who? I don't know if you were there yet.
Nah, he wasn't there.
He dropped that joint. And I
He came on, I
said,
was like,
she
It hit
yeah.
hard. It hit hard. And that plays a part because in different settings, it kind of hit harder. Like me just listening to it in my headphones gonna sound different than at the event or at the party. It just has a different sound. So, but when I heard these 6 tracks, I was like, this is not good, Justine. Be right back to where we were before.
All right. Well, check that out. I guess.
Yeah, don't go off of me. Don't go off of me because I'm 95.5 supposedly, which I don't think I am. I think I'm more
Okay.
80-20 for real. I had to think back and look because I like a lot of old R&B, like your oldies, your soulful joints.
So put not the 90s. You hate 90s R&B.
I don't
So
hate
put
90s R&B.
You don't like it.
If you hate 90s R&B, you definitely
I don't hate
95.5.
90s R&B because this
He
it's
like
it's
the, like,
sprinkled.
80s
I like
and
80s. I like the
70s
80s. I
type.
like the 70s Jones, the ones you can move a little bit too, like
Okay.
your SOS bands, your loose ends, a little. What's the one joint? The Stylistics. I mean, yeah, I like some oldies, the oldies joints.
All right.
But like 90s, I mean, it's cool. They got their place in music for real. I like Jagged Edge a lot. A little bit of 112, just a little bit of 112. Like
112 don't hit that much.
it don't hit as hard as Jagged Edge, but I
'Cause
mean,
did he
No,
play a
it
112
definitely-
song last night? And then the
I'm trying to
whole
remember.
mood went down a little bit. They
what's
don't-
homie that
I
made?
don't remember that.
That's Raheem, right? Just in case I make it home. That's the joint.
That's not.
I thought that was.
Nah.
Jagged Edge is,
But Jagged Edge
is
legendary.
way better than 112 though.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Oh yeah, that is
way
Shane.
better.
That's Shane. Okay.
Yeah, I said Raheem, but it's Jaheim. That's
Yeah.
what threw you off. Yeah, it's Jaheim. Yeah, I like our 90s, but the Erykah Badu, Queen type shit, Jill Scott, A. Marie. I mean, I like those,
The real Queen Bee.
Okay.
like the Queens type shit. They're like,
Yeah.
So I'm not really 95.5, like for real.
Somebody that always get left out of the conversation is dang, I'm missing her name.
You leaving
right
her
now.
out again?
Man, no, she's hard though.
You're the only one leaving her out.
No, stop, because nobody ever mentions her. Ever. I'll
No,
come
who
back
is
to
it,
it.
man?
I'll come back
We'll
to
come
it.
back to it.
All right. Well, yeah. So check it out. Bear with me, Justine Skye.
Come for me in the comments, bro. Like if I'm tripping, come for me, bro. I mean,
I don't think anybody's gonna come for you over Justine Skye.
I think you should. She's a beautiful woman, and
Oh, absolutely.
If you feel like she was really singing from the heart on this joint,
She definitely wasn't singing from the heart.
that's what I need.
She was singing.
I'm telling you, go listen to.
I'm gonna listen to that again because when you told me to listen to it, I did, and I did like that much better than
Yeah, I
everything.
go
else.
back. I'm looking at the track list right now, and it ain't looking too bad.
Got it.
Oh, she has one feature on here actually. 2. Cranium. Okay. So next album, Sir.
My homie, I like him a lot.
Shout out TDE.
I was told that I have a TDE bias.
You do definitely.
But then again, it's like, when have they missed? How is that a bias that they haven't missed?
Valid rebuttal. They haven't.
So it's like I don't have a bias if they just haven't missed. Now I will say like
because you be caping for Schoolboy and Reason and shit like that. Like
they can
over
rap.
the top. Of course they can rap, but you
So
be a
what are we
little
talking
over the
about?
top for them though.
On some what?
Compared to other artists.
On some what?
You
I don't-
you just mention them more.
Because those are some of my favorites. Like Schoolboy is one of my favorite artists.
Right. So somebody
Reason
heard that.
I just got put on from the Dreamville joint. So I was
And
like,
then
yeah,
when
he can
Isaiah
really
Rashad
rap.
was out, you was hyping him
Wow.
up a lot.
Wow.
Like
You didn't like Isaiah Rashad?
I do. No.
Wow.
That album.
Like I said, they
Sun Siren is
haven't
crazy.
missed. They haven't missed. TDE is a collect. They haven't missed. So I'm just saying. I'm thinking of it as a listener. If
Yeah.
I just hear you constantly bigging up them, I might say, "Oh, G is TDE biased."
Now I will say that I haven't found one Absol project that I like top to bottom, and I can vouch for on the level of the others. So I don't really.
Yeah.
I don't.
The Dreamville artists, what about them? Any of them you like a whole lot?
Well, they're not even close to this level.
The first Jid project I liked, the Never Story, I believe is the title of it. I like J. Cole, of course.
DiCaprio 2 was fire.
Earth Gang, of course, crazy. I like Ari Lennox a little bit. I like the second project more than the very first, her debut joint.
Really?
Yeah, for real.
First one was hard.
Kaz is cool. Kaz can rap. Luke, he can rap. Like they projects I didn't really vibe with though. But I know they can rap though. Mm-hmm. Same with Boz as well. Boz can rap. I never really liked a collective project from any of those guys. But I know they can rap. I respect their rapping ability.
Yeah, I can keep the Kaz, Boz, fucking all that shit. Man.
You don't like Earth
Except
Gang
for
either?
Ari. I fuck with Ari, huh?
You don't like Earth Gang either?
They cool. They cool. It don't.
It's kind of weird that those are the only two like
Those
labels, if
might be
you
the
will,
biggest collectives.
that you hear about, and each of them only have like one female on the roster, which is interesting.
Yeah.
One woman.
And that woman sings.
Yeah.
But I mean, it might expand later.
Never know. Right, but. All right, let's go ahead and. Well, I did want to touch on. Absol's last album wasn't bad. Do
What's
What
the
Thou
title
Wilt.
of it? Okay, yeah. That it had moments. Collectively, I can't really say it was that good. It had moments though.
I fucked with some tracks. Like Womanogamy was hard.
Crazy.
Like Beat the Case, of course, with Schoolboy
Crazy.
was hard. I liked Drugs. I liked Lonely Soul. The Law with Mac Miller and Rhapsody. That track is hard as fuck. Intro. Raw was Zakari.
Threatening Nature was crazy because it was a spinoff of a older.
Yeah.
It was an older track, and I'm gonna get back to you on the guy that made it, but he kept the concept, but he kind of flipped it a little bit, and it was crazy. So yeah, I'm gonna get back to you on the title of the original.
Even
track.
Braille with Boz was hard. So that album's pretty good. I will say the ones before that, These Days, I didn't really. It was cool. It wasn't really. It didn't move me like that. But let's go ahead and let's get back on topic. So, Sir, he dropped the album Chasing Summer. I kind of like the album title there because he's literally chasing summer. You know what I mean? Yeah. Dropped it at the end of August.
Yeah.
It was interesting to me. So the intro song is Hair Down.
Yeah, the
I
single.
was like, okay. That was interesting.
Get it out the way, right?
I guess so.
I kinda fucked with it.
I guess so. I'll let one of y'all start though, since I started on the Justine.
I mean, I guess I'll go since I'm the guy.
Okay.
ahead.
Go ahead, Rap God.
I like Sir a lot, man. I think he puts his soul into his stuff. Like all his projects are normally really short. Mm-hmm. There's not many skippables because it seems like he puts like the perfect ones on the track. So I really enjoy all his projects. Just to start off. And it was smooth, man. Here we go with that adjective again. It's easy listen. Mm-hmm. It's just one of those. It could be a background vibe, but it's one that you can listen to, and it sounds like when you listen to it, you can start a deep conversation with somebody while you listening to it. That's what I got from it. Like Like if y'all just sitting, y'all just vibing, maybe a little wine. You hear something he say, you be like, oh wait, what do you think about this, that, and the third, like, and then just go from it, which is dope. I don't really think I had any standouts. Nope, I take that back. Still Blue with Jill Scott because she murdered.
Listen,
that it was like.
did.
It was like a breath of fresh air to hear her like really, really sing on the song again. Yeah. Oh my God.
That's my favorite track on there.
I was surprised that she was wow. This your favorite one?
Yeah. This is the one I was like, remember when we were leaving the pizza place and I was like, yo, there's one song on the Sir. I'm like, listen.
Yeah.
Yo, run that back. Like.
And no, hold up. Number 7, Lil Wayne did his thing.
Oh, he's back?
I really like the Lil Wayne verse on that one.
Wow.
Very opposing.
This is groundbreaking.
Wow, I really like that one a lot.
Cool.
I said, wow, he got Lil Wayne in a little pocket where he could flourish a little bit, and he complimented him very well. I thought.
All right, go ahead, man. It's your turn. Go ahead.
For real, I really did.
Sure.
All right.
But I'm about to turn into a real Smino fan. Like for real. Smino was
I thought
hard,
we already
man.
were.
I mean, like on another level.
Okay.
Because he's hard, bro.
He's hard, man.
And they complimented each other very well on
I like this is Sir Smino collab.
That's crazy. It's like a crazy sound. Like but yeah, I really like this one a lot. It'll make the top 25 list. Somewhere in there. I just don't know where because a lot has come out. So
go ahead, Britt. Clean them up.
This is probably in my top 5. Let's go there.
Wow. All right.
The album was hard, top to bottom. You said...
Don't say top to bottom when you coming for Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
Let her get there.
That song is hard, but he didn't need Lil Wayne on that. He could have did that by himself.
Oh, he didn't need him?
Yeah.
But Lil Wayne complimented him very well.
He could have kept that. Because once Lil Wayne got on, it diminished the song for me. The song was hard from the first note, okay? First note, I was locked in. Because it was hard. And then Lil Wayne came out and I said, here we go. So, for me... So
you went in like shitting on him before you even hit a note.
I saw Lil Wayne on there and was like, all right, cool. I like Lil Wayne verses. Lil Wayne can really, like I said, one of my favorite Lil Wayne verses ever was on Mario's song, the remix of... I know that every single word.
Of course.
What's the song name for the people that don't know?
Crying Out For Me. The Crying Out For Me remix or whatever. There's Lil Wayne songs that I love, top to bottom, that I can sing every word to. So I didn't go in like, oh, here you go Lil Wayne. But once he got on, I was like, yeah, it didn't compliment it to me.
That's cool.
I just felt like he could have been left off and the song would have been a bop without him. Fire, that song.
Is that your favorite song? Because you done posted it about 4 times. Man.
Boy, because that song is hard.
I seen it on Twitter, IG, Facebook, all this shit. I'm like, damn, man. Did it move you like that? Like, sheesh.
No, that song is hard. I don't care what anybody say. That's probably my favorite one. The Recipe, dope song. Still Blue, dope. Touchdown, I liked.
You Can't Save Me is crazy, too. I'm sorry, Britt.
What song?
You Can't Save Me. Number 3.
I can't remember that one.
Yeah, I don't remember that one either.
That one is dope. That one is really dope. That was one that I was like looking at man, what's the title of this joint? Like this one's crazy. But I'm sorry, go ahead, Rick, finish up.
Man, and then I can't lie, like number 8, That's Why I Love You with Sabrina. That song is hard. It's really, really hard. It's a nice little duet, ballad type.
Okay.
But yeah, like this is definitely in my top 5. I don't know where yet, but I'm pretty sure it's up there.
She off the list? She off the cancel list?
I was gonna say,
is she off the cancel list? No, I'm not gonna ever listen to. Okay, here's my thing with
the song was hard though. He said,
but that's interesting because it's not her song.
Right, it's not her song. Like even when I was listening to something yesterday and it was a solo, like her song that came on and I skipped it. My thing is, like I always say, like I can't hold something against you that you did when you was younger. I have to keep the same energy that I give Chris Brown. Like I didn't hold anything against him. That's still one of my favorite artists to this day that probably will never change. But if you actually recognize what you did and apologize for it, cool, then I can move on. But I don't think she really gave an effective apology to what she said. It was kind of like, all right, I said this, sorry. And then she moved on. Like,
Yeah, and I'm nah, Britt. I can't even find something to agree. Like, I'm going to hold that against you because you said something to hurt, so you knew it was going to hurt. Period. 16, 17, 15, 14, I don't care. You knew what you said. You had the intent to hurt somebody, so you knew exactly what you was doing. So nah, I'm cool. You came from our black queens. I'm not here for it.
But bruh, everybody's done that though.
No,
that shit is hypocritical as fuck, man.
I'm not done.
Okay, go ahead.
And then she comes up with the shitty apology. She didn't apologize for nothing. She didn't say anything. To me, the apology was shitty. The difference between her and Chris Brown is Chris Brown actually apologized for something, and then he actively changed his life and tried to do better. He accepted his like I said before on a previous episode, he accepted his consequences for what he did, and he actively tried to do better.
A lot of people would disagree with you on that.
I don't see
Because
how.
they'll say, like, the whole Karrueche, the whole thing where he allegedly stalked her, threatened her, or whatever.
Yeah, I don't agree. I don't think Chris Brown did all that like you're saying.
I definitely
like,
think so.
I don't think so.
So he pled guilty.
And then
to what he did. He
it's
went to
actually
jail.
it's crazy. It's
And
kind
then
of good.
It's weird. I don't understand. And that's it is alleged. Nobody knows if that actually happened because she hates him just as much as.
I mean,
you don't get You don't get a restraining order
I
granted unless there's something there.
So
Like,
so you taking what Karrueche said as face value
I mean, we might as well.
on some what? She hates his guts.
Right, but you can't. They don't grant you a restraining order for coming
let's
in
not
and
do
just
that,
saying.
though.
I was about to say
because
don't
we
do
didn't
that, 'cause
take
that energy
Justine
is not
Skye
kept.
at face value.
Because you did not. That energy is not kept from the Justine Skye shit and the rest of the other shit.
What do you mean? I mean, there's prior evidence though
To what?
for Chris Brown.
Was there not prior evidence for?
Nah, was there? I mean, let's bring it up. I'm not privy.
How many times did she say that he hit him? That he hit her?
But that's we're talking about the same incident, right?
No, multiple.
But we're talking about the same relationship. I'm talking about there's prior shit with Rihanna
So you're saying
that is making me think that, when I think about the Karrueche stuff, I'm like, damn, that could have happened because something happened in the past with Rihanna.
So that none of that could have happened for Justine Skye and Shaq West when they had prior shit. So none of that shit could have happened.
Because I'm not sure. It's the same person.
Okay. All right, man.
I mean, you acting like one person saying something versus two people saying something. You acting like that's not different.
Two people
saying the same thing as opposed to one person just saying it.
But I feel like
So it takes for two people for you to believe it.
I mean, that's when you start. I mean, I don't know these people. So what do
Now
you...
you don't know them now. Okay, got it. All right, cool.
I mean, do we?
That's the cop out. All right, got it.
It's not the cop out. I mean, I've had the same stance, bro. Like, me.
So Chris Brown didn't do nothing to better himself within the time that he...
That's not what I said.
Okay. So what did you say?
That's not what I said.
So what did you say?
I said there's prior allegations and evidence.
with a different individual.
Right.
That's the only thing. It takes two people.
And then when somebody completely different says something similar, now I'm starting, okay, now we have a line, right? 2 points make a line.
Yeah.
So now we have a trend. And I'm thinking, okay, now the benefit of the doubt has to kind of
You ain't saying nothing
regress
wrong.
to the mean.
But you're not saying nothing wrong. But what I'm saying is, it's the same shit. It's just a different person. Justine Skye and Shaq West. Like she's literally said on multiple occasions that he's done this.
Okay.
So that
But it's coming from one person, right? So it's still one data
only
point.
one person.
It's only one data
so
point.
you still like, Shaq West ain't do that shit.
Right. Well, I mean, now, with the video coming out and shit, now it's a little different, right? Because we was calling that when we first heard the news, correct? Right.
Calling
So
what?
we weren't sure, right?
I know.
I mean, my
was-
thing
I was
is, I
convinced.
feel like if anytime, like,
It-
okay. So it takes a lot.
I didn't
in
mean to
my-
go down this rabbit hole.
Well, we're here now.
No, it's
Might as well
fine.
get a
It
carrot.
takes a lot, in my opinion, for a woman to acknowledge or like say to the world, "Hey, this happened to me." Right?
Right.
That's a lot because not only are you sharing something that happened in your life for the world to see or critique or whatever, but you're also reliving the experience by speaking
Right.
Right.
to it. And so my thing is I will always take that into consideration and believe it first, like, I don't feel right saying, no, that didn't happen, you're lying. Like, granted, I do know that there's women that lie about stuff like that.
Hell yeah.
I personally believe that those people or those women that lie about stuff like that need to be in jail. They need to suffer some type of consequence. That's my personal opinion. But I'm also not going to immediately say, oh, you're lying, because that's hard to do. That's hard to talk about. And no matter if it happened 2 years ago and 2 years later, I finally got the courage to say it, I'm not going to say, oh, you said it 2 years late. Why you didn't say it then? Because I know that it takes time, and it's not the easiest thing to do.
The shit that raise eyebrows is when motherfuckers be like Shaq West and your single just went stupid crazy, millions of records, and now you come out and say some shit.
But
be like,
even
oh, God,
that don't raise
damn.
eyebrows for me either, because, and I mean, I'm sorry that your single going crazy right now, but the truth is the truth. Like,
but let's wait. Let's look. I think we're forgetting one tidbit of information when we were having that original conversation when Justine came out with the news. She was on the Breakfast Club, and she had a single coming out.
Right. That's
and
the
remember,
shit
we
that be
talked
like,
about
God,
that, and we were
damn.
like, that's
But her
why I was a little
single
hesitant.
About that. That's what the whole video was about, because Aaron Ray was in the video. The whole video was a like mock situation of her whole relationship.
Yeah.
And when she was on the Breakfast Club, it was like they were raising money for some type of campaign of some sort, and I feel like it had something to do with like abuse or women's rights or something.
some shit, yeah.
And so that's when she came on. She had the video for it, and that was the topic. So it made sense in that moment.
And now that song is the #1 when you go to her title page. So I'm just saying, at that time, that first day, the optic looked weird to me.
I'm not taking that away from
But
you.
pull up
It
her
does.
page. What's the first song that's on there?
Okay, but
That
I don't
song.
think you didn't really hear nothing about that song when it came out.
I mean, clearly they did. People did. It's her #1 song.
The topic is, I think the topic of the song is what's really what it is.
Okay, that's fair.
I mean, it's on the top tracks. I don't know if this
it's what is it
Tidal-
on the top tracks? What is it?
What do you mean? It's #1 on the top
Okay.
tracks. But my thing is, like, I don't know how Tidal does their thing. If it's like,
Don't do that now. Don't know.
Yeah, we ain't gonna
What?
shit on a black business.
Don't
Man.
do
Come on.
that. Because we know the first track on the top tracks is their most streamed, their most popular track.
okay, sure, whatever.
Come on, Britt.
But like, I'm just saying, I'm not gonna take that away from the. It was a good song.
Okay,
That's
Britt.
actually that song.
This
was
is
her better
when
song.
y'all lose me. Can we be real? Look, let's just be real, bro.
About what?
Bruh, when you got a song that's about to drop, whether it's about this, that, and the third or not, you got a video for it, this, that, and the third, and it just so happens to be about what the fuck that you about to come out and say somebody else did to you. Don't that raise an eyebrow of some sort? Don't you be like, God damn, that's kind of coincidental. Just be real, bro, and be like, because I can be real and be
sure,
like,
I didn't know.
okay, and I get it. Black girls gotta say together. I get it, you know. But just be real, because I'm with y'all. I'm not listening to Sabrina. I'm with y'all. I'm with you. But let's be real. Let's just be all the way funky, for real. Like, when you drop something and it just so happens to be about the motherfucker that did some shit to you, and then you go outward and say this motherfucker did this shit, and the timing, oh, this nigga streaming billions of streams of this crazy song that motherfuckers is raging to, and it just be like, damn, how coincidental is that? Like, you can say that. Like, you can literally say that and still have your point. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I just think it's important to note that it looked a little funny.
It looks funny.
It looked funny.
It looks
like,
funny. But nothing
if we're
is taken
looking
away
at
from
it
the fact that he
outside
probably did that
in,
shit.
like, it looked funny. Now,
Okay, but it could have been on some. I mean, yes, I agree. It looks funny. Did
But
I
nothing
feel
is
like?
taken away from the fact that he probably did.
Did
that
I
shit.
feel like she was lying because it
No.
looks funny?
No.
No. She probably felt like, all right, he on top now. Y'all rocking with him. Let me knock him down because he really ain't no good. And she did it on purpose. Yes. Go. I don't blame you for that. Do what you got to do.
Sure.
Knee jerk reaction to that statement was like, damn, that's fucked up. But I mean, at the same time, it's like, yeah, I mean, I'll get what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, and the video looked crazy too. I mean, like, don't get me wrong. You know, niggas don't just hop over the fence like that. Like, that was
Yeah, the
that
video
was
was crazy.
definitely the frustrated joint. Like,
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyway, to get back to Sabrina, I don't listen to Sabrina, so it's not like canceling her to me is like meaningless because I don't listen to her. So it's like,
and this is not an outward. Y'all need to cancel her. This is not what that is.
Canceling is a case. It's individual. Like
individual.
you're responsible for canceling her. If you're listening to her and you want to cancel her, then cancel her. But I don't listen to her, so it's like
she had a record actually that I really really liked. And I'll find it here in a second. But
her track with Black is hard as fuck though. They dropped it a while ago. It's like a remix to her "Belong to You." That track is hard as fuck.
That
but
might have been it.
No,
Confidentially Lost was one of my favorites from her. I mean, I was like, man, shit, that's a really crazy one. For real. Yeah. But I can't.
Yeah.
I kind of get what y'all saying about, I'm not going to hold shit against you when you was young, but that shit right there, like, nah, you knew you had the intention to hurt somebody, so you knew what you was saying was going to hurt.
It's tough for me, man, because I understand what she said. I mean, she made a whole account. Is what I heard.
Right.
She made a whole account.
Oh,
so
like
that's
burners on.
That's pretty bad. It would have been one thing if it was a tweet or two, but just making a whole account dedicated to that is fucking sick.
And then the thing, like, I'm with you. Like, if you make a effort to get better in your life, I'm with that because I don't believe that I want to hold anything against you either. But when you come out with a shitty apology and you really in your apology you didn't apologize for nothing, like that doesn't show that you really trying to do something different to me. Like, same thing with Daniel Caesar. Like, when he said that crazy shit, like, black people need to get over what white people did. And then he came back and was like, oh, I'm sorry for the way I said it, but I still believe what I said. Like, what? No.
Yeah, you could have kept that, bro.
Why do you even apologize then, bro? Like, we heard what you said. That wasn't even really the thing. It was really just the fact that you said that crazy-ass shit. So I'm cool on you, bro. I have it. And then your next project was trash. Oh, that joint was hard?
I wouldn't say it's hard, but I wouldn't say it was trash.
It was trash.
Nah, I think you coming off a little biased there, but
it wasn't good.
It wasn't trash though. Nah,
when you compare it to the first project, it's like
okay, but why we compare it? Y'all always be on that. Why we don't compare the project? Why are we comparing them?
I will give you your credit if you came. Like I said, bro, Sabrina has some songs that I'll actually listen to, and I didn't want to cancel her, bro. Like. If you make good music, like I'll tell you make good music, bro, but I can't rock with you if you calling some crazy.
But Daniel Caesar does make good music though,
bruh. The last project he made was horrible.
It wasn't horrible,
but the one before it was good.
Nah. You can say it was mediocre, but you can't say
what
it was
horrible.
Fraudian
slip was the title.
No, that was our episode.
Make sure y'all stream that as well.
Freudian something. It might just be Freudian.
It might have just been Freudian.
Yeah.
But that was a good album.
I didn't like it.
The first one?
The first one was not called Freudian.
But that one was the one I liked.
The first one was good. The Freudian was...
That one was crazy. That one was tight.
That was his best one. That one is hard.
What are you mixing up the titles?
I feel like
Freudian is the one where he's walking up that pyramid joint.
Yeah, that's the one that's crazy. But the one after
Get You and Caliucci's. Yeah, man.
Yeah, because
best part.
Case Study 01.
Take Me Away with Sid. Come on, man.
You tripping, bro.
That one was good. Case Study 01, whatever.
No, that wasn't good, bro. But Freudian was dope. That was the one, because that was the one where like everybody was like, yeah, Daniel Caesar's next. And I was like, okay.
I mean, this one ain't as good as that one, don't get me wrong, but it's not trash. Like, let's not do that. Like, it could be mediocre, I would accept. But it wasn't trash.
I thought it was a horrible record. I said it on the pod.
I know you did, but I just don't think that's true. Like,
all right.
I think that's selling it a bit short. I think we need to stay objective here. Like, it's not that bad.
Objective. I listened to the album, bro.
I mean, I'm gonna call it like it is.
Even after he was canceled, bro, I still listened to the album.
Right, but I think I'm just calling a spade is all I'm doing.
Hey, you got your opinion.
Yeah, exactly. So let me give my rundown on Sir. Hard as fuck. This shit is hard as a motherfucker. Like, it's one of them R&B albums that you can actually like ride to. You can like ride to, smoke something to, and it's not too, sometimes the R&B records can get in a lovey-dovey bag a little bit too much, but it's very smooth. There's the bass is in there when it needs to be. Like, it's very nice. Favorite track, like I said, was what was it called? Still Blue. That mug is hard as fuck, man. Like, it's definitely one of those tracks that I just kept on loop for a little while. I'll be honest. Fire is fire.
Fire is fire.
Yeah, I know that's your favorite song. You know, is that your number one song of the year? Give it a buck.
No, because I still have.
It changed your life, boy. I swear to God.
The Snow song that I talked about last week.
Which one?
And,
Which one did you say?
You making me remember titles.
You can't remember your favorite song? I'm sick.
Bro.
All right.
I think that was.
And then the Lucky Day song. Please.
The last one. The last one.
Yeah.
I forgot the name of that.
See,
I'm like, dang, I need to.
It ain't my favorite song.
We need to get some concert tickets because I'm still trying to go.
I'm not.
All right.
I thought his Tiny Desk was horrible.
It wasn't horrible, but he can't. He definitely can't sing to the level that I thought he could.
That's what I'm not on it. I'm not. I mean,
but we're in the day where people are using the synthesizers and things like that. Where it's
on that. Like,
but that's
good at what you do.
I mean, you got to talk to the labels then.
Man, what's crazy is honestly, there's a lot of people that are not that good.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
There.
Like, be good
Rihanna
at what you
can't
do,
sing
bro.
like that, bro.
Like,
Sorry.
be good at what you do,
Right? Not everybody Beyonce, man.
Like, for real, like, and mom would be like, "Oh, Beyonce can't sing," but like, you're tripping.
Love You Too Much.
Outside of the booth and inside of the booth, you're great.
Yeah,
You're
I mean,
great.
but that's why she's.
So what I'm saying,
She's
like,
up there.
Like, I mean, I'm okay. To your point a little bit earlier, his Tiny Desk wasn't horrible.
Right.
It just wasn't that good.
It didn't, like, especially on Misunderstood. Like, he couldn't hit the notes that I thought he could.
And I'm like, what the heck is going on?
Yeah.
Because like in the booth and on the track when you played, it's like, oh my God, this dude can sing his ass off.
Yeah.
But then you get him in front of, about 15, 20 people probably in the room. Oh,
Yeah.
God, what's going on?
Like, it could be an acoustics thing as well.
It could be, or he did say in the joint he was nervous. He was
Yeah.
really excited, and that could have been, I'll throw him that bone or two.
And I thought Rosa Mo wasn't bad. I thought he did his thing on there.
Yeah.
Obviously, it wasn't to the level of how the track is, right? But, for, doing it live, I didn't think it was too bad. But I will say the instrumentation in that song does kind of take it to a new level, and they brought that. So,
I'll take that back. I'll give him another shot.
and the last song I like too. The little like New Orleans like bop record, that shit was hard, but he's not singing on there, so that makes sense. But anyway, back to Sir. Sabrina's song hard. She's fucking slid on there, man. Like, whoo, she trying to get back in our good graces, man, with that. The Recipe I liked a lot as well. That was a great track. But yeah, great album. TDE has not missed. Shout out to Sir, man. He on a little run now because November was hard as shit. I might go back and run that, but yeah, shout out to Sir. Definitely check that out. Chasing Summer. Let's get into some of these singles.
Singles are tough to me, man, because like you wonder if it's gonna make the album. It's only one track. Is it gonna make your playlist? You gonna hear it in the club? Mm-hmm. I mean, how long is the album gonna come out? I mean, how long until the album comes out, or is it just a loosey you just throwing just to stay relevant, kind of? Like, singles are tough to me. I mean, unless it really moves me, I don't go back to them. The singles are tough.
I feel that. But let's get into ASAP's first. Babushka Boy.
The album artwork on that not the album, but the cover art on that is crazy.
It's creative. Mm-hmm. This song is trash, man. ASAP might be hitting that point, bro. He might be hitting that point where it's just not hitting no more. Because I don't know. I don't know what he thought that was. Like, was he? It didn't even feel like he was trying on there. So I don't know. I don't know if this is something he had stashed or maybe he recorded it recently. But nah, this ain't for me, man. I don't know.
On what?
I just don't think it was good. I don't think the rapping was good. I don't think the beat was good. I don't think anything about this song was good. I don't. That was a tough listen. Because I think back, I'm like, it's hard though, because when you think of some of these rappers and you know that the level of their ability, and I actually was having a conversation with, matter of fact, it was AO. Shout out to AO. He was like, no rapper has ever had a career longer than 10 years.
Outside of Jay-Z.
Nah, Jay-Z included. Because thought about it. I'm thinking about it, I'm like, okay, first thought was Jay-Z, right?
He's been rapping for 20 years.
Right. And then when he explained it, he was like, think about Jay-Z's albums. So originally, if you think, like, go back to his discography, people say Kingdom Come was the album that he kind of fell off a little bit on, right? In his discography. And that's subjective, obviously. And I'm like, okay, I see what you're saying. So we're talking about, like, being on top, like, putting out great work, great bodies of work, like, on top of your game. So I'm thinking, I'm going through his discography. I'm like, present day Jay-Z, Magna Carta Holy Grail's present day Jay-Z, right? Did you need that album?
Yeah.
You needed that album.
That album was hard. That's one of my favorite Jay-Z
I didn't
albums
need that
ever.
album. It felt like Jay-Z was trying to be in the times. That's what it felt like to me.
What?
That's what it felt like.
Bruh. What about Drake? It's
Drake, same
2019.
thing. Same thing.
2019 right now.
Same thing. So after Nothing Was the Same, wait, was Nothing Was the Same before If You're Reading This or after?
I'm pretty sure it was before. Nothing
before.
Was the Same came out in 2013.
Okay. So after If You're Reading This then. So after the ghostwriting got exposed, after he sucked Quentin dry, after he sucked P&D dry, it's been kind of downhill from his peak work, right?
Has it?
I think so. Nothing Was the Same is my favorite album from him.
So
right?
you're saying the quality of his work has
Right.
gone downhill.
It feels like they putting out music that's like, you know, it's like a shell of themselves. I feel like there's no soul in it. You know what I mean? They're just kind of making music, if that makes any sense. Like,
No, it makes sense.
because
but
think
I
about it, Drake. Okay,
strongly disagree.
no, I feel you. That's fine. But like, think about Scorpion, right? It like I don't like Side A. Side A, the rapping, like it just felt like he was responding to Push.
He was rapping his ass off. He was responding to Kanye
Sure,
West.
Sure. I don't know why he's responding to Kanye West. Kanye West didn't say anything back to his first 3 responses. So, but
The bias.
It didn't-
ripping.
Nah, bro, I don't
sweating bias right now.
how,
Because it's Kanye West we're talking about.
bro? Did you not just hear me talk about Jay-Z this whole time? Like, bro,
What
this
does Jay-Z
is
gotta
a
do with
case by
Kanye
case.
West?
This is case by case basis.
Go
Are you
ahead.
telling me he
Go
needed
ahead.
to respond to Kanye that many times?
Kanye was the originator of the diss. That was the source of it all. Pusha T was just somebody that was on rap behalf. He was
Right.
a pinch hitter.
But how many times?
We're not talking to you. We're going to the boss.
How many times are we going to address it?
I mean, as many times as it needed to be.
I feel like
how many
doesn't-
times
are
did he
you
need to
telling
diss
me that
Meek
doesn't
Mill?
come off as a way?
How many times did he need to diss Meek Mill?
People
Before he
thought that
died.
was hard.
3
too.
times
Before it died.
apparently. 3 times apparently. He
put
didn't
out,
need to.
What did he put out? 2, I can't remember, 2 or 3 disses before Meek even responded. How
Right.
many, so we were okay with that?
I mean, I don't understand your
now
point.
you don't understand nothing. Oh, no, don't,
Bro, no, you making a different point, bro.
Oh my god. Okay.
You making a different point. I mean,
Finish
Meek
up.
Mill. Are we gonna act like Meek Mill wasn't on social media saying shit?
Also, we keeping Twitter fingers. We're not going to the booth.
When
That's my
Kanye,
thing. If he not going to the booth
Kanye
and you keep
kept
responding to
tweeting,
him.
like Kanye was a psychopath.
So
with
so
his
so
tweeting.
so
Like, what are you doing?
Gobe wants the Twitter fingers in the beef now. That's what he
No,
wants.
I
That's-
want.
That's what you want.
If he not gonna rap back, why you keep rapping at him?
Bury his motherfucking ass.
Well, that
Excuse my language.
mission
Bury
accomplished.
his ass.
Mission accomplished.
Please.
But I'm not trying to hear that on your album.
That's what the people
Because it's
wanted to
Kanye
hear.
West.
That's not what the
You're only
people
saying it
wanted to
because it's
hear.
They
Kanye
wanted a
West.
response.
No,
of
he's
some
only
sort.
saying it 'cause it's Kanye West. That's the only reason he's saying that,
you
bro.
wanted it. So you listen to Scorpion to hear the Kanye subs?
No, I listen to Scorpion for the raps, and the
I
raps
listen
were
to
hard.
Scorpion to hear the Pusha subs because there's shit you need to address.
For what?
What do you mean for what?
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the man. You
the
just
man
the guy that's
isn't. The
pitch
man
hitting.
isn't even responding to you. So Pusha is literally in your backyard,
Okay, I hear you.
and where you at?
Did you not hear the Plies joint at the end of the? What am I arguing with you for?
What-
I'm
what-
not arguing with you.
That's trash to me. Anyway, so I mean, you yourself say Pusha beat him. So
Yeah, he did.
okay,
And
you should have saved some songs for Push. Is all I'm saying. Anyway, I didn't care for Side A. Right? I don't. That's not the reason I listen to Drake anyway. So
what do you listen to Drake for?
the cuts, like I always say, pay attention. man.
Bops.
Right. So
Yo, 60-40 head ass.
you're right.
I can do away with the bops.
Right.
Drake.
Please
You need the lyrical miracle.
Got enough of
What's
them.
that one? Hotline Bling. That is not a hit.
That's not a cut though. That's not what I'm saying. I'm talking about a cut is the Drake songs that are not like his radio hits. So like,
Talking right now, dude. This is horrible.
what's wrong with you, man?
This is a terrible showing from you, dude.
How?
Go ahead, man. This is
Are you?
unbecoming.
What's wrong, bro?
Go ahead, man.
This is unbecoming. I'm sick.
I don't understand, bro. What's wrong, bro? Tell me
ahead.
what am I saying wrong?
The cuts are what?
The cuts
what are the cuts?
like connect, own it, come through, shit like that.
Yeah, okay.
That's
Yeah,
how
okay.
you feel. Those are the cuts.
Gotcha.
Right?
Beyonce, what's the one that girls love Beyonce? Or,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a cut. So
what's the one that we was having a full-fledged conversation last night and you just left it and said, "Oh, this is my shit." Just last night.
Loving the Crew.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
yeah.
the Weeknd song. But,
Okay. All right. But he on that, right?
What?
Well,
Drake?
it's on Take Care. It's on Take Care. I was just
Drake.
joking.
Loving the Crew. He on that joint, right?
Drake?
Yeah.
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 It's Drake's song.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But it's the Weeknd song. So
The Weeknd is doing the little hook or whatever.
I know what he's doing.
he gave him that song, bro.
Okay, got it.
The Weeknd is not good. Go ahead.
You tripping. Anyway,
Trash.
you tripping. I'm sorry.
Finish up, man.
You tripping on that. Big tripping. Anyway. We gonna get into your weekend hate at some point too. Anyway,
that's fine.
I feel like artists' projects just start to lack substance after that time frame is mainly what I'm saying. And we can look to almost
10
any
years.
artist that once they get to the 10-year mark, this happens. So
And this maybe just be a subjective thing. I don't think you can argue this subjectively at all. Views was my favorite album from Drake. But that's subjective, obviously, because objectively, probably nothing was the same. A lot of people like Take Care. So, I mean, it is what it is.
but think about those two albums. Nothing was the same. Take Care. There was like emotional ties in those albums. So like songs like Cameras, Good Ones Go, like things like that, where it like had that like heavy meaning. You could feel like he poured his soul into those songs. That shit starts to tail off towards the end, towards that 10-year mark, is what I'm saying.
And Kanye West.
So you start
where's
getting
he
this
at?
soulless music. Kanye is another example. Same thing happened.
Where's he at?
Same thing happened after
Same
the
thing.
10-year mark. It started to trail off. It started to tail off.
College Dropout was 2004.
Right.
The only thing about these arguments that throw me is because how are you going to tell somebody that their emotion was not in the track? Like, I'm pretty sure that when he got in the booth, like, especially after the whole beef and his son being
Ostracized.
into the world and everybody knows, like, there was a lot of emotion that went into that album. Like, you can
That
say
last track was very emotional and heartfelt.
yeah, like you can say that whole album. We all know that whole album changed.
Gobe at this point, like,
He just
on,
made
man.
a face.
yeah.
March 14th was. Come on, man.
We all
Stop
know
it.
that
Stop
album
it,
changed
man.
after the
Stop
beef, and
it,
I feel
bro.
like
Do you hate Drake?
Stop it. No, I don't hate Drake. Drake's one of my favorite artists.
Jaded. You didn't hear the emotion in that.
Jaded there was a little sprinkle in there. I can't even.
But but wait now, this is all on side B.
Okay, side A.
There was no emotion.
Side A. There's literally a song called "Emotionless." Come on, man.
But he was barring you to death.
He was rapping, bro. I just don't care about it, man. I don't.
So you don't like rap? That's the 60-40
No, I like rap.
trash.
I like rap.
Right.
But I told you I listen to Drake
Which-
for the cuts.
Let's just
But
let
my
the
main
record
point.
reflect.
But my main point is correct though.
It's not.
Okay, tell me an artist. Tell me an artist
Kanye
after.
West.
What do you mean?
Everything from College Dropout, which came out in 2004,
Okay.
everything was emotion and everything was hard as fuck.
No, it
Life of
wasn't.
Pablo came out in 2016.
No emotion.
How are you gonna tell somebody?
So look, listen, just
I
listen
am
to hear me.
sick.
No, wait,
Compare
wait.
the
Hear me.
work.
Hear
Like,
me
you can
out. Hear
clearly
me.
see.
Oh my god. Okay. Hear me out.
Go ahead, bro.
He didn't have an album that came out in 2014.
Okay.
So everything in between that, College Dropout, and
Dark Twisted Fantasy.
Watch the Throne. Everything between that was not full of emotion. Great ass fucking music.
Everything between that
Yes.
was.
So then 2016 was the end of it.
Right. So after the 10-year mark marks the point where it starts to tail off.
And I want to be on the record.
Kanye is one of the most emotional artists
that there
in
is.
the
I don't
world.
understand.
So
but
I
let me
get
this out. Let me get this out. I'm on the record and say that The Life of Pablo ages terribly. But when it came out, that album was hard as fuck, and you felt everything he said in that album. Did you
not compared to his previous works? No.
All right, bro. You got it.
I mean, you talking to the Kanye expert, bro. I'm gonna tell you what I know. Bro. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay.
I mean, compare the works, bro. Like, you can clearly tell. Like, it's there's not the same. There's not the, and this is, it's not a slight. It's, your life is better. Like, you're not going through the same things. I understand. Like,
oh, we know that.
Right.
I mean, they weren't going through the same things after.
It's not like they're
years,
trying to, right? It's just something that happens, and unfortunately it does happen with every artist.
I mean, no, that's
like
what you said there was not wrong.
Let me make a point. So, what's that Currency video that just dropped not too long ago? We actually saw it at Trap Tacos, where he had a bitch twerking in there.
Oh, he had literally what I said. He's the checklist of a regular rap video.
Right. I was very surprised to see that.
Eyes closed.
You know what I mean? Like, I was surprised to see that.
I mean,
because that didn't feel like genuine Currency.
He had shorties in his videos previously.
But it was a little different. We even said something.
Well, you did.
All right. I forgot who I was talking to. Anyway,
I mean,
but my point is,
he just had shorties in his videos before.
He's had shorties in his videos, but that one, like you said, felt like
in all of his videos, and it's random females just.
And it's only one of them, and she don't even really look that good.
It's always a random.
But like you said, it felt like a generic rap video, did it not?
It felt like
all his videos
a cliche.
Like
Stop.
Rap video.
Get her, bro.
What?
Get her.
None
of his Currency videos are like, oh my god, like they're all regular. I've said to a point where I don't even know why he made a video.
Yeah, I've said that before. He needs a new video.
I like the one. The ones with the cars is hard as fuck. What are we talking about?
But it's regular. He's standing there, and there's a car coming up, and he's looking at it. Like, who cares? Like, why is this a video?
I've said this before. Currency needs another videographer.
Okay.
Like, even the video we watched this morning was from his Must Admit from his latest album. A pointless video.
He was on the rooftop with the pool, and that was the only scene.
Yeah.
All right. So
he was getting his haircut. It was
okay. That sounds like we're speaking to my point. Then
who cares?
But no, I mean, I don't know.
I'm just saying this. So now, like, just keep that in mind.
No.
When you listen to music,
I was going to walk with you for a second though, because I do agree. Like, artists' lives do change.
Right.
So, and I'm on that. Like, I honestly do wholeheartedly believe, like, your life changed, so you're gonna rap about what your life is now. Yeah. That's what you're gonna put into your music. And I think one of the biggest examples is Lil Wayne. Like, when he first came out, it was heartfelt because he was hungry. He was trying to get out of the situation that he was in. And then gradually, every Carter after that, every I Am Not a Human Being after that, you see he's coming out of it. He's coming into, what his goals were when he first came out. And now it's just like he's just rapping because he's out of what he said. Like, he's out of what he wanted to get out of. So now it's just rapidy rap. I'm just rapping because I don't really have any more emotion. But to me, it's like, to counteract that, you can still rap about the things that you care about: your kids, your career, your love life, or you want to put people on, like your Jay-Z's that does that. Like, to me, there is still value, there is still emotion in your life changing. To me, that's why I'm like, no, Kanye, I'm not throwing that to him. Like, Jay-Z, I'm not doing that. Like, no, I'm not. I can't agree with that. But I mean.
Yeah, I feel like if you look at, and T.I. is the first example that came to mind, like, T.I. is not where he started at. He has money, but T.I. hasn't stopped. Like, yes, he came out of it, but us as black people, as a culture, we haven't come out of it.
Right.
And I think that's where he focused his energy to. And, like, I'm not saying everybody needs to be an activist and rap about the black culture and what we need to yada yada yada, but, like, there's artists that hit their 10-year mark that you still hear the passion and the emotion in it because they just channeled their energy elsewhere. And I think T.I. is a prime example of that. Like, every album, at least in the last 2-3 years that he released, has been about the culture. And I think you can definitely hear his emotion in that.
But has it been as good?
Even Jay-Z, like, with 444. Like, that was him putting us on game, telling us what we needed to do, and you can definitely hear
everything on 444 he's been saying. He just put it over a beat and a sample. Hard as fuck, don't get me wrong.
So then at the same time, so if you say that, then why is the other stuff emotionless for some reason then? If it's the same thing? Why isn't that the same thing as Magna Carta?
Well, nah, because on 444 he wasn't like trying to like. So Magna Carta Holy Grail felt like, because he had like the hooks, you know, the Justin Timberlake, the Frank Ocean. I like that song. Oceans was hard. And shit like that. It just felt like he was trying to conform to the times. The current climate. That's what Magna Carta felt like to me.
Okay.
444,
I mean, what was he supposed to do?
444 felt like, I mean, that's my point. Like, once you hit that mark, there's your career is over when it comes to making this, you know, not the same music, but the same level of music that you once could make.
I think that's two different things you just said.
I think it's the same thing. We're talking about bodies of work. We're talking about music. We're talking about output.
But she said she was talking about the sound. And you was talking about the level of it. Where is it at?
Because my thing is, you say he's conforming to the times. He's supposed to do that because if he still made beats like it was in 1990, you gonna say this sounds outdated.
Wasn't conforming to the times.
So like, I'm confused.
I don't understand how you're confused.
That point is valid. So if he kept making beats and sounds, it sounds like Reasonable Doubt. This is not going to be.
I'm not saying it has to sound like Reasonable Doubt. I'm saying that the quality of your music, the level.
And when you say quality, what do you mean by quality?
I mean, it's
literally
the quality. Like,
because literally, no.
What do you want me to describe quality?
No,
like,
don't do that.
Okay, I'm asking.
Literally, because that's exactly what she said.
Okay.
The quality of the music, the sound of how it sounds, does it sound like Reasonable Doubt or does it sound like 444?
It shouldn't. I'm not saying
that's
his album should sound. Okay, I'm not saying his album should sound like they used to, but I'm saying the level of quality in the music, the amount of, let's say, the amount of. It's hard to say. Like the bars, I guess.
Bars are always there. You know what? I'm just.
I mean, I don't understand why this is so hard. I don't understand why this is so hard to understand.
The bars aren't there.
For Jay-Z?
Yes. Wow.
Oh, Magna Carta, no. I didn't think so.
You know what?
I mean, I don't know why that's blasphemy, but all right. I mean, if that's your favorite album, I understand, bro.
Oceans. So he didn't snap on Oceans.
I like Oceans, but for Frank Ocean.
Wow. So he didn't snap on that record.
It's a good record.
I just don't know.
You can't tell me he's rapping the same. You can't tell me he's rapping to the level.
What do you mean by the same? Why does he have to rap the same?
You're right. I misworded that. You can't tell me he's rapping to the level he once did.
Tom Ford.
No.
FUTW. Somewhere in America. Crown. Heaven.
Heaven's Art.
Those are all. I mean, he's giving straight bars. What are we talking about?
I mean, obviously
Peach is better.
I mean, this is one of the greatest rappers. Obviously, he's going to give some bars, but it's not. I'm telling you, he's not rapping to the level he once did.
Picasso, baby.
No.
So
no.
You Pusha T is rapping to the same level that he once did.
God, I don't understand. What is good rapping to you?
Pusha T is
Who's
interesting.
Rapping good?
Pusha T is interesting.
He's not doing anything.
Are you gonna let me talk? Pusha T is interesting because Pusha T is like, it's weird. He's still getting better. It's weird. So I'm interested to see where he's gonna go.
And it's past 10 years for him.
Yeah. He might be one of those. He might be an anomaly, low key, because he's getting better.
Pusha T.
Yeah. Pusha T.
Pusha T is the chosen one. He's the one that's going to.
I didn't say that.
So who's rapping?
I don't understand why.
Who's rapping good?
No, stop twisting. Stop twisting what I'm saying.
Okay, he's rapping good. Who's rapping good? Pusha T's rapping good.
Pusha T's rapping good.
Who's rapping? Who else rapping? Drake's not. Okay, got it.
Right.
I mean, who's
Cole's
J.
not.
Cole's
I just said
not.
every artist, every artist after they hit the 10-year mark does
Big
not
Big
put
Sean
out
still rapping good.
Does not put out the same.
Meek still rapping good.
You gonna let me talk? Are you done? Because you just spitting shit out.
I'm trying to figure it out.
I've been saying the same thing this whole time. I don't know why it's so hard to understand. After the 10-year mark, the music they put out after that will not be to the same level that it once was. And that's a fact.
Is it?
That's not even
fact?
subjective. Go compare works, man. Like go back and listen.
So was Jay-Z rapping good on 444?
He's rapping all right. He's rapping good.
All
He's giving
right.
out. I listen to
No,
444
I
for
was
the
saying,
gems.
You know what?
when the album came
We
out,
can
you
move
was
on.
this is great. This is
He's giving out the gems.
You know what?
He's giving out the gems.
You know what? We can move on now.
I'm sick.
Did you give your Sir joint? You gave your Sir joint.
Yeah.
I gave my Sir. We can. Let me. I 100% disagree with you on ASAP Rocky.
Okay.
There could be some bias there. I don't believe so. I think, you know what? It probably is. For real. I think ASAP Rocky is in that lane where he's experimenting with different sounds. He's experimenting with different things. And it hits for me. I see the value in what he's putting out. And I really rock with it a lot. Testing was one of my favorite albums from last year. And I understood what he was doing. He actually said it. Every track is supposed to sound different because I'm testing different things. I'm trying different things out. And I understood what each track was. And this is one of the, I think this fell into that bag. I really, really enjoyed it. I feel like I'm on a journey with him. Like, he's trying different things. He wants his fans to come with him and walk with him a little bit. And I'm cool with it. And I don't believe that he's rapping to the same level as he did when he first came out, when that mixtape that we all love, the classic tape. But I think when you watch a lot of the things that he does, like when you watch him like freestyle, I think that's what he's doing. I think he's really going into the booth and just freestyling, which his freestyles aren't good when in terms of like actually like really rapping good, like with bars and whatever. But we take the rapping bars out of a lot of other rappers like Nudie and stuff. Like, we know he's not rapping, he's not barring you to death, but he still makes really good music. So the same with, you know, other artists that I like, Made in Tokyo, ASAP Ferg, like they're not barring you to death, but they're making good music. So this is one of those tracks that I really, really enjoy. He's making good music.
Go ahead, Britt.
I didn't think it was a bad song. I'm not probably just gonna spin it on some I'm in the car, I'm gonna play it type, but it was cool.
You still 100% R&B? I mean, you claimed the last pod, for real. Are you?
No, I didn't.
No, bro, because you said, Gobe 60-40, I'm 100%.
No,
what are you?
I was
That's what
being
you said.
funny when I said it.
Self-proclaimed.
I was being
That's
funny. I
wild.
said if I'm 100% R&B, that's what I
So what are
wasn't
you,
saying
then?
I am.
Since you put me on the spot last pod, what are you?
I might be 90-10. I can claim that.
What is this, man?
No, because like
That's
I
what
said,
you were going to defend yourself with?
like-
90-10. Not you 100, fam. It's
No,
over.
because I'm being honest, but like I said, like there's certain rap artists that I like. I'm more of the quote unquote conscious rap girls. Like you want me to listen to Young Nudie, I'm not listening to that trash. If you want me to listen to I don't know, you can name a list of them and I'm cool.
Playboi
Like,
Carti?
Give me Kendrick Lamar, give me J. Cole, give me Drake, give me somebody that's actually talking about something.
Drake is talking
then
about
I'm
something?
cool. Yes.
Oh, he puts the emotion in this shit. He like the soft guy. Yeah, got it. I'm with you. I'm walking with you. Go ahead.
Drake don't rap about shit
He puts his emotions in what he feels about women in his raps.
every time.
So
Drake
is that not
isn't
shit?
okay rapping about something, but he can actually rap.
He can rap.
But
He can actually rap.
Don't even
That's
massage
my
that.
thing.
Don't even massage that. No, that is something. He's putting his emotions and what he feels about his relationships and women in his raps. That is
Okay.
something. Is that not?
Yeah, every album.
So is that not emotion?
It's
Is that
content
not
for
content?
sure. It's content for sure.
I mean, I appreciate
I just
that.
said
There's
the
a lot
thing-
of artists that will never do that.
The
Like,
thing I
every
don't
woman
like is when people say, you know, try to compare Drake's content to other artists, and it'd be like, nah.
Other artists like what?
I feel like other artists have a wider array of content than Drake. You know what I mean? 'Cause I feel like
think
Drake
the
only
exact
raps about.
opposite.
I think Drake only raps about women, and that's it.
But you didn't like All Side A because he was responding to somebody, and he has some of like
I listen to Drake for the cuts.
the best diss tracks too.
I listen to Drake for the cuts.
So what you listen to is just void of other stuff that he actually does in his wide array of raps. You just only
Even in
want
his
to listen
rap,
to the one.
bro. Are you telling me he raps about other shit than women?
Yeah.
What?
So you literally say I don't like Side A because
Was
he
he
was
ra-
responding to my favorite artist.
What is he? It's not my favorite artist. It's not.
wow, the
You
cap.
know what? I'm just.
It's not my favorite
so what's
artist.
The next
right
one?
now, it's not my favorite artist. At one point, he was for sure. Like, damn, niggas can't change. Like, I don't understand, bro. Y'all trying to box me in, bro. That's what I feel like. That's what I feel like, bro. And I even told you the 10-year mark definitely applies for Kanye. without a doubt.
Heard you.
Just walk with me on that. Just pay attention to it.
I did.
And you will see that there is definitely substance to what I just said. For sure.
You really stuck on this. All right.
I don't believe it applies to Kanye West or Jay-Z. But you
I
may,
think it
like you
definitely-
said, it may be an outlier. I don't think Pusha T's been rapping for 10 years either.
Right. And I actually was going to double back. To that, I don't count the clips years.
Why not?
I
He's
don't.
rapping.
I don't.
That's
I
trash.
don't. No. Because when you come to your solo projects, that's solely you. That's what I'm counting.
You had a mic in the booth.
You were spitting bars.
With
You
somebody
were
else. You had to
delivering
make. I mean, it's a
content.
collab album. You're collabing with somebody else.
Okay.
It's not 100% your input, correct?
I had input. I had a mic and I
But
sung
you can't make the project fully the way you like, correct?
That doesn't matter. Listen
It
to
does
his
matter.
bars.
It does
If
matter.
you said his bars
It
from
100%
then
matters.
to now when he's
So you
quote
saying
unquote
it
solo,
100%
then there
matters.
should have
I'm
been
not
a
just talking
difference.
about
His
solely bars,
emotion
though.
should be gone.
So when you rap, your verse, does anybody else have input on your verse?
Maybe.
So in clips, you think homie has anything? I can't remember his name right now. And you know, excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
You think he had anything to do with Pusha T's verse?
He might have.
I don't believe so.
He might have. But like I said, I wasn't talking about solely bars. I'm talking about works. I'm talking about projects. I'm talking about full bodies of work. That's what I'm talking about. Bars is just one aspect.
Got it.
So just pay attention to it, man.
You know what?
I say a lot of wild shit on here, but this is something that I've thought about. So just
Over the
keep
course
it in
of
mind.
7 hours.
Let's keep it in mind, man. I've been longer than that.
Got you. I'm
I'm sure
floored.
you are. I'm sure you are. Everything I say is you're floored.
This is trash.
We
had another
everything's
single, didn't
trash to you, right? Trash, disgraceful, horrible, right?
I mean, if it's not up to par, man,
You
it's
Joe
not.
Budden over there, ain't you?
I mean, hey, say what you want.
feel you.
I expect a lot.
Sure.
Go to the Pusha single then, since you.
Oh yeah. What'd you think about the Pusha single?
It bored me.
Oh,
to
that's your
death.
boy. Nice.
What?
What'd you think, Britt? What'd you think about the Pusha? It was boring to him.
It was.
Which one we talking about?
The one with Jill Scott.
Jill Scott
Was
or
Jill Scott on
Lauryn
there?
Hill?
Lauryn Hill.
It had Lauryn Hill on there or Jill Scott?
It was Lauryn Hill.
Okay. Oh, maybe I'm thinking about the cert track then.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah, boring. I didn't really like it. Go ahead, Britt.
So then, what'd you think of the Cash Doll one? I mean, you might as well just do both.
I didn't like either of them really. I didn't care for them. It was
What'd
cool.
you think,
I
Britt?
understand when they put out songs like that. Streaming makes sense,
Yeah,
right? If you see a song with Pusha and Cash Doll, you're probably gonna click it.
for real.
So, but
I'm not a Push fan, so he can have everything that he drops.
What?
But
hey, you say I be saying the blasphemous shit, bro.
Y'all
Come
be
on,
tripping,
fam.
bro.
what?
Go ahead.
He's
No, go
not
ahead.
that good.
Low-key, everybody done tripped on this pod at least once today. So go ahead, bro.
He's not that good.
All right, go ahead.
I'm just really disgruntled by how we got his single with Lauryn Hill before we actually got Tiana's with Lauryn Hill. That was supposed to be on her album.
Here we go with the fucking
So
shits, man.
I'm
There's
disgruntled.
validity to that.
But bro, we're not even
but-
talking about her.
But
Like,
there's validity. She said what she felt about the song. She said she was disgruntled at the fact that he got his shit, but she didn't get hers.
you disgruntled that the president got his shit first.
That's
Screw
not.
you. I don't give a
I don't
fuck.
care about the president.
Is that not valid?
Please, no.
Wow.
Are you talking about like her putting it out? Is that what you're talking about?
There was supposed to be a song on her album
Okay,
with
that you didn't
Lauryn
like.
Hill. That song was nowhere to be found because they decided to destruct her whole album in the lab without her consent. So therefore, I'm disgruntled that we got your song with Lauryn Hill, but we're still missing the one with Tiana that we supposed to get 8 months ago
And there's no
or a
validity to
year
that.
ago.
I mean, sure. I thought we were just talking about the single, but okay.
Man, he do this shit all the time, man. Like,
I don't think that's valid. I understand. You're a Tiana fan, so
that
I
has
understand that
nothing
point.
to do with it. So
What
if
is
it
that?
was,
What do
so
you
if it
mean?
was if it was your shit and you
Okay.
had a single with Kanye West,
Right.
and I'm your president,
Okay.
and you submit your shit,
Yeah.
and I'm take off all your shit, all the fuck up your
Yeah.
songs, and I take out the one with Kanye West.
Yeah.
8 months down the line, I got a song with Kanye West, and I'm dropping my shit, and your shit still
Right, that
nowhere.
sucks. But I don't see what that has to do with this single. Like, we're talking about, is this single good or bad?
She explained why she was disgruntled. She's not
But
done
that can't
yet.
explain why
She's
you think.
not done yet.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
He always do this shit. Go ahead, man.
Damn, my bad. I thought it was a group conversation. Go ahead, Britt.
I mean, that was a sub point. Was the song good? No. But like I said, I'm not a Pusha stan. I don't enjoy.
So you talking from the biased point of view then?
I don't enjoy his raps. Huh?
So you talking from the biased point of view? You don't enjoy him, so this is just another one of them that you just went in knowing you weren't going to enjoy.
Bro, let her finish, bro.
I mean, sure.
I asked the question.
What are you on, man? I asked the
Sure.
question too.
Barely.
Sure.
See.
So you went in with the okay.
With the
This is
with the
discrimination
knowing that
down
I
here,
wasn't
man.
gonna enjoy it.
This is what this is.
Absolutely.
Okay. I thought it was boring too. I didn't go in like you guys did. I just went and listened.
And then
to
you
it.
gonna say the same thing I said. All right, listen, nah, we done. All right, yeah, let's hit Travis, man.
I
Go
am
ahead. What'd you think about it?
sick.
I did not see the Travis doc, whatever autobiography, whatever it was. So what did y'all think?
What you think, Britt?
Thought it was a good doc. I think it moved a little bit too fast.
And you said it was hour
I
30,
don't-
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
I
hour
don't know.
25, somewhere around there.
I don't know what he expected people to get out of it. If he just wanted to put together a whole bunch of clips of his last year of his life with a few clips of how it all started with him growing up. I really don't know what he expected. I think it moved too fast though, a little bit. Like a few things could have been maybe expanded upon. Like for instance, with his daughter Stormy, we saw where they went to the hospital, got the ultrasound.
Yeah.
And then next clip or a few clips after, he was just holding the baby all of a sudden. So it wasn't any type
You
of...
wanted a clip of the delivery of the baby too?
I mean, no, but
Okay.
just
I ain't never satisfied, man. Shit.
something. I don't know. I'm
The
just
full
saying...
joint, like,
I'm just saying it was many clips of a lot of different things. I don't know what he expected people to get from it. What I did think was really interesting is I didn't necessarily know the history behind Astro World or where that evolved from.
Yeah.
So I think that learning that and gaining an understanding of, okay, this was a amusement park in Houston that you went to a lot. It closed down in 2005, and now you decided to recreate it. I thought that was dope. Really, really creative concept to understand like his like evolution and his impact on his fans. I thought that was extremely dope. I think it's always fascinating when you can hear a fan say, "Oh, this person changed my life," or "Your music got me through this tough time." I think that's fascinating because I've never had that personal experience. So I mean, I thought that was dope. So I mean, I enjoyed it for what it was. I just wish, I don't know, there was a little bit more maybe. But yeah, it was dope.
I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought probably whoever directed it didn't want to. I think I understood why it wasn't as personal, because I think his life is a little fast paced right now, and I think it also highlighted the fact that he is one of the biggest artists in music right now, and his effect on his fans is astronomical. Like I don't really think an artist can really move the crowd the way he is right now. And I was really thinking like, who is really, really got a hold on the crowd when it comes to performances wise, like Travis Scott. And I really don't believe. I mean, I just can't think. Not like that. Like he literally had from the front to the back, people moving the same way he was. I mean, they raged, they moshed. I mean, they go crazy. Like I don't really see that. And he puts on a show. Like obviously, the Astro World thing was a huge gimmick. Like not gimmick in a bad way, but just like a huge thing. It was a huge theme. Like he had a whole creatively directed from the top to bottom, and he put together something incredible. As far as the movie or the film or what have you, the doc or whatever, I thought it was good. And it made me think, and this is what I wanted to ask y'all, and obviously I think I got y'all answers already. Was there anything that any artist, any album, any song that really helped you get through anything, or like that you can think of that like you can reference to that really spoke to you in your own personal life at all? And I mean, I asked y'all that earlier, and y'all literally said no, and I was like shocked. I was like utterly surprised, which is cool though. It's cool. It is how it is.
I just think people have different outlets when it comes to those sort of things, and music just isn't really mine when it comes to that. I usually like just try to talk with somebody that I respect, or like something like that, as opposed to like a song. Like listening to a song. I mean, but like at some point, like heartbreak type shit, I can understand. Like, certain records hit different, during those times. But would I say that they, helped me through that time? Nah, it just kind of reminded me of the time, if that makes sense. So
go ahead, Britt.
I think that makes sense because after you asked that, or when you asked that, I immediately said no. But then I thought about like Glow Up by Mary J. Blige with Missy Elliott on it. Like, I listened to that song a lot at one point, but it was like what you said, on some heartbreak type stuff. But it didn't really get me through it. Like, it was a temporary, glow up, do your thing, da-da-da. But after the song was over, I'm still feeling the way I felt. So it didn't really help me through anything, though.
It just hit different at the time.
Like, for me, and music is such a huge part of my life. For me, it was albums like 808s and Heartbreaks. Like, a lot of people hate the Lil Wayne Rebirth album, but it was crazy because
that album's horrible.
Yeah, I'm cool with it. Like, everybody hates it,
right.
But like that album came out like the time where my parents was going through a lot of crazy stuff, and I was listening to that album, so it was just something that was playing, but it like. The melodies on the album and the instrumentation on it, it just like was something that was kind of soothing in a way, in a different type of way. And it came out when I was in high school, so it could have been like the emo phase or whatever. Like, I don't know if everybody went through that, but it's just something that I kind of like went through. Albums like, and to go back to the origin of it, like Rodeo, like that album was like instrumental. Like, that was one of the albums that really, really helped me through some times where, like, when I was trying to find my place in creativity. So the song called Apple Pie towards the back end of Rodeo was one of the craziest songs. Like, that concept of what he was rapping about in that song. So like, I encourage anybody to just go back and listen to like the words on what he was saying on it. 90210. It was a few others, but that album was another one. And of course, like other older albums, like the albums like my dad would listen to in the car, that when I got to a different age, like I listened to, like Paid in Full by Eric B. and Rakim, The Teacher, or I think it was The Education, something like that, from KRS-One. Like crazy albums, like, or one of my favorite albums of all time. It Takes a Nation of Millions to Hold Its People Back from Public Enemy. Like, that was another one. Like, those are albums like that helped me find myself as a black person in America. So those are albums like that I go to, and those are artists that I'll go to like when I want to feel a certain feeling, and those are ones that actually speak to times of where that, when I needed to get through something or I needed something that I could connect to. Those are ones that I will go to. So like I really find it hard to believe like y'all have nothing, like for real. Or even like
I'm thinking about it now. I might have one.
Or even like I got one more. That was a crazy one. On Watch the Throne. Dang, what was the name of that record when they was talking about the kids?
New Day.
Yeah.
Man, that's the hardest track on the album.
That's one of the hardest tracks on the joint. And like I think about that in the vein like my dad, like if he was to listen to that song, would he ever connect to it in terms of me? Or would I ever, like, if I was blessed enough to have a child, a son or a daughter, would I connect on that same level too? Like, dang, like speaks to my life. Like, like that's real shit. I really find that hard to believe. Like, y'all have nothing for real.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking about it now that you explain that way. Probably College Dropout for sure. That was the first album like I purchased like with my own money. And obviously that was back when CDs were a thing and everything. It had the little not a Walkman, but you open it up with the CD and you close it. So I would just spin that, and I mean that joint is crazy. Hey Mama by Kanye on Late Registration was a big one. as well. Roses as well was another one. And then I'll also say like the 3 mixtapes that The Weeknd dropped when he first came out. So House of Balloons, Thursday. I'll say those 2 more so than Echoes of Silence, which is the 3rd one. Kind of came out a little bit later, but those ones as well kind of helped me, like, especially like that was like freshman year of college. So I was kind of trying to figure out myself and shit like that. And it just kind of felt like it was a darker time. Mm-hmm. So those really, helped. It was, damn. Yeah.
No, like,
now
like when you think about
this,
like, this like, it might not have been like, oh, I need to get through some shit, I'm going to play this. Like, no, it's like more so like, maybe when you was going through something and this was the album you was listening to and it was just like, man, like the way how smooth this is or like the melodies and shit like this, it kind of help you like kind of sift through your feelings in a way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I have a lot like that, man.
Shit.
I mean,
damn, man. Mailbox money too, low key.
Yeah. Oh my God. Was it? It was one of those Nipseys when the Nipsey tapes when my freshman year when my grandmother passed, and like it was just like, dang, I'm trying to find my footing again, and Nipsey was another huge one. That's another good one for real, for real. Like, dang, that's a really good one. I forgot about that.
You've listened to those mixtapes by The Weeknd? Those 3? It's the trilogy is what those are, but
I started the trilogy. I didn't like it.
That's his best body work by far.
Yeah,
like he's never gonna get back to that. Like, objectively, yeah. Okay. I mean, I think you can ask anybody if they're a Weeknd fan, they'll say that. Like, so
yeah, I remember you said that, and even when I said I didn't like him, and Desmond was like, "You gotta listen to," and I know Desmond doesn't even really listen to music, so like that's no shot. He literally told me,
right? Yeah,
so like,
it's just funny to hear. Like,
it is.
But like, so I was like, okay, I respect your opinion because you're not even in music like that. So cool. Listen to it, did not enjoy it. So that was it.
I understand it's not your vibe, I will say. I don't think.
Yeah, I'm cool.
It's like some, you're on drugs and you just, I don't know. It's
you
weird.
can't even say that because like I said, we all know Chance the Rapper's Acid Rap is one of my favorite albums.
But his shit was kind of happy though.
Was
a little
it?
bit, even though it was like the he was on acid or whatnot, it was still kind of upbeat. Like the Weeknd shit is like some somber shit. Well, those first 3 tapes, it's like somber.
Yeah,
I don't even recognize him now. Like it's crazy. He like totally flipped. But anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm cool. I don't really need a project from him.
I feel you. I want to cry a couple tears. You know what I mean?
Nah, I'll go to somebody else.
I heard you.
So, I still don't know, G. Like, there's certain projects that I can say that I vividly remember listening to them or they're during a certain period in my life, but I don't know if they got me through anything. Like, one of the reasons why I probably like Nothing Was the Same so much, that was my freshman year of college. That's all I played.
But it helped you. Did it not help you sift through your feelings about not being home, and you would play that to kind of calm you in a way, or kind of help you get through?
And that's my thing. And maybe that's why I'm struggling with it, because it's like, maybe that's why I'm struggling with the question, because did I sit with it and cry to it? Or
I'm not asking you.
I know, but that's how
how
I think about it. Like, did I sit to it and cry to it, or did I sit to it and it evoke some type of thought, or did I think about something? No. But did I play it and it made me maybe in a better mood? Sure. So maybe so. I also think about one of Kehlani's best projects, if not the best project, being You Should Be Here. I think a lot of those songs touched me in a way because I think they were very relatable to me. So I think You Should Be Here would probably be one of those projects that came out in 2015. That was the project, that was a mixtape that she won an award on. So I would say that one probably. A few other projects would be like Lemonade, which came out in 2016 when I was in New York, pretty much by myself. That would be another project that I could look to. That may also be why I liked Kanye West project a lot. You said the name of it earlier, the title of it. But that project also came out during that time. So those projects I remember vividly. Also Rihanna. I mean, so I guess so.
A couple other ones I had. So that Nipsey project was The Marathon Continues, TMC. The Recession from Young Jeezy. So that came out when, like, the country was in a recession. And times was, like, hard at the crib. And it was weird because he was rapping about it. So it was like, I was young, but I was aware that shit was hard. So it was kind of like he was kind of like narrating everything through it. And then at that time, the last track was My President is Black, My Lambo's Blue. And that's when Obama was running and whatever. And then he ended up ultimately winning, which was dope. But like that one was another one that was just like, man, like he's narrating me through this time that I barely understand myself. But and like the Cool Kids Going Fishing, that was another one. That was like one when that came out. It didn't come out, but I feel like I listened to it when I was switching schools. So I went to Harding High School in Fort Wayne, and then I moved to the north side, a whole other side of town. And then I went to Northside High School. And then that was like when I was trying to like come into my own as my own person, because when I was at Harding, I was influenced by my friends and people there. But then when I got to a new school, I had to like figure out who I was as a person, as a young teenager, so I wouldn't, get lost in this big old school that was like 3 times bigger than the school I was. So I was listening to that. Like, this is stuff that I actually really, really for real enjoy. So that was another one that helped get me like through some tough times that I would think that it was tough when I was younger too. Of course, the Carter 2, when that came out, that was crazy. He put a lot of emotion into that. Like, I'm tripping. Like, y'all have nothing. Like, for real. That's weird.
It's just not the outlet I use, man. But there's a couple, like I said, man.
Right, because I'm trying to pinpoint, like...
This is also something I got to sit down and think about, like...
Going from undergrad to grad school was a very tough period in my life, but I can't pinpoint an album or anything that helped me through. Like, I'm blanking. I can't even think of anything. So, I don't know. I kind of shift through stuff on my own.
I will say... 808s and Heartbreaks was probably, if I'm talking about any of these albums, that was probably the biggest one.
I'm fucking shocked.
That album was...
I'll be honest. I'm fucking floored.
Why?
Like, I didn't even know you would even like a Kanye project to that level.
Yeah, that one is incredible. Because I remember my Uncle Drew, shout out to Uncle Drew, he was playing it a lot, and then I had listened to it, and that was when another time my parents was, had their parent problems or whatever. But he put a lot of emotion into that album, like a crazy amount. That was like right after his mother passed.
Which one did you say?
808s and Heartbreaks.
That's really interesting because I don't like the album. It's a whole bunch of singles.
Amazing.
Whoa,
oh my God.
What?
Like,
what? A whole bunch of singles?
Isn't that's the project that's a whole bunch of singles that he dropped beforehand?
No, that's My Dark Twisted Fantasy.
Oh, okay. That's the project I didn't like. I'm cool.
Oh, another one, You Only Live Twice, from Freddie Gibbs. That one was another one that played when K-Shan passed away. Rest in peace, K-Shan. So like that was one that me and K-Shan listened to all the time. Like, we used to text each other type shit. So like on the way to his funeral, I was playing it and I just like barely could even listen to the songs. But like, it's still something that I would listen to like as a memory of K-Shan, because that was one of our favorite albums like in later years of his life. So like, man, what? And then Even Loud by K-Shan, like, I remember that, like, when I had moved in with him, like, he was, helping me out, helping me get back on my feet. And we was banging his shit, like, for real. Mm-hmm. So, like, I mean, I may be speaking to nostalgia, but honestly, at the same time, when I was playing these records, like, it was really, like, something that was helping me, like, get through each day, for real. Like.
So, not to circle back, but do you see how the amount of emotion that was in 808s and Heartbreaks, and then you compare that to an album after its 10-year mark, like the Life of Pablo, Yeezus, and what's it called?
Well, Yeezus was in the 10-year window, and I thought he
okay, it might have been. I can't remember. Was that 2014?
That was 2014.
It might have been 2014. So we're right at the cutoff. But anything after that, you can see there's a level. There's a different level.
There was none in Ye.
Right. And Life of Pablo, the emotion wasn't the same that you can see in College Dropout, Late Registration, and all that.
It wasn't the same. It was a different. To me, I think the point I was trying to make was it was channeled different. So because it was channeled different, I can't say that it wasn't the same level. It was just channeled in a different way. So the emotion could have been the same, but it was just something else. So like, say, this is a flimsy analogy. Say like I started my career playing basketball. I'm giving my all in basketball, and I switched to football. I'm giving my same emotion to this game. This is a different game, but it's just a different channel. You see what I'm saying?
No, I see what you're saying. I just don't see what song on there you could speak of in that regard on Life of Pablo.
I mean, I can look.
I don't really see where the emotion or like not only just the emotion, but like you could just tell when you hear
Ultralight Beam, the first one. Father Stretch My Hand.
Nah.
Low Lights.
That was a great project.
Real
when it dropped.
Friends. Waves. 30 Hours. That was crazy too.
That's one of the best tracks on there.
No Parties in LA. Facts. The one where that was the Nike disc supposedly, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like he put some shit into that. To me.
I mean, you might have put some shit into that. I'm just saying it's not to the same level, is what I'm saying. So, but we don't have to dwell on that. It's just my belief. But
that's all I had.
Any lobs?
Yeah, I had one.
You had one.
Not really a lob, but the Alchemist dropped a tape that I haven't actually gotten to yet. The Alchemist is obviously he's a producer, so this is a compilation of some rappers that I really really like. Action Bronson. Willie the Kid, I haven't heard from him in a long time, but he can rap for sure. Benny the Butcher, Westside Gun, Conway. He has some rappers on here that I've never heard of, but I'm sure if they rapping with Alchemist, it's the grimy type hip hop joints. Yeah, that was pretty much it. That's all I had.
What you got, Britt?
I don't really have a lot, to be honest. I'm probably going to spin Kianja. I'm thinking that's her name. She has a project out. It's 4 tracks, though. So, nice, sweet, and simple. It's called Glory. I'm going to listen to that and see how it is. But, yeah, that's all I got, pretty much.
Yeah, I don't really have a lob either. I'll just tell you what I'm about to listen to, like Britt did. I'm probably going to give the Glizzy a spin. It's only 5 tracks. Shy Glizzy. It's called Aloha.
He drops a lot, too.
Yeah, he does. So I'm going to probably spin that. I seen Common drop, but, I mean, I'm not sure. The features look great, though.
You know what? It's funny, because Drew was like, y'all going to do Common? I was like, no, I don't think we're going to do Common, bro. Like,
look, Daniel Caesar, Swizz Beats. How do you pronounce that girl's name? Lay Kelly, 47. She's on there. BJ the Chicago Kid's on there twice. Jill Scott's on here. Like it's only 11 tracks too. So, yeah, I might spin that. We'll see. Yeah, the BJ. Yeah, I'm gonna spin the BJ the Chicago Kid tracks.
Okay, yeah, for sure.
Of course.
But yeah, that's all I got. I don't think we really have anything. I mean, follow the Twitter page at $3-4 IG $3-4 Podcast. This is episode 28. After episode 30, we will be moving into season 2. Shout out to that. So definitely be on the lookout for the changes and shit that we got coming. But yeah, thank you everybody that came to Who's Who. Everybody that followed the page and everything. Showed love. It was great. Appreciated seeing you guys there. So I must bid you adieu now.
Bid you adieu.